Want a new proper Metroid? Too bad. What is happening, gamers? This is Bradley here, and welcome back to another news roundup. And some unfortunate news is that it looks like there is not going to be a proper entry in the Metroid Prime series on Wii U. This revelation is coming straight from the series producer. He specifically said that if they started working on a new Metroid Prime for Wii U right now, it would likely take about 3 years or so to complete it, and by then it would likely be on the Nintendo NX. Which, if you don't know, that is Nintendo's next video game platform. So there's actually a few different things we can take away from what Kensuke Tanabe said. For one, there is no new Metroid Prime game in development for Wii U, and it sounds like there's not going to be one. 2, it seems like the NX might actually be releasing in less than 3 years. And 3, the NX might actually be a home console, since he mentions it in conjunction with the Wii U. Now, it's not like Tanabe doesn't want to make a new Metroid Prime game, he actually does. He feels that there's still a little bit more work for him to do in this series, specifically in regards to story elements at the end of Metroid Prime 3 that he wants to build around for the next game. He just doesn't know when that new game is going to come to fruition. If I had to say so, I'd say he should have his butt working on a new Metroid Prime game to have ready for the launch of the NX. If Nintendo wants the launch of their next system to be better than the Wii U, they better have a great launch lineup, and having a Metroid game in there would certainly elevate the hype with gamers. Maybe not most of the general public, but gamers. I guess there is still the possibility that we could get a new Metroid game on Wii U. We do have Yoshio Sakamoto who works on the 2D Metroid games, so maybe we can get a 2D Metroid on Wii U. Sure, 2D Metroids are better suited for handhelds, but having a 2.5D Metroid game on the Wii U would be pretty awesome in all its HD splendor, so hey, you never know. It is kind of a missed opportunity to not have a new Metroid Prime game on the Wii U because they could have utilized the Wii U gamepad, such as using it to scan stuff. I don't know the exact reason for why they didn't make one, but it could be that Metroid just isn't a big money-making franchise for them, and in conjunction with the Wii U not selling well, it just didn't really mesh. We're just gonna have to settle for Metroid Prime Federation Force. You know, the one that people are petitioning to cancel? Yeah, that one. I don't see how canceling the game is going to solve anything. If anything, it's just going to give us one less game. It's not like a new Metroid game is going to pop up out of nowhere to replace Federation Force and release on the same day. Now, I'm not saying Federation Force is going to be a masterpiece and like the best game in the series, but we do need to give the game a chance. I was watching it being played in the Nintendo Treehouse Live, and it doesn't actually look half bad. Looks like it could be a fun online co-op game. If it makes you feel any better, Samus Aran will actually be in Federation Force. Tanabe confirmed that she will be in there somewhere. Where? I don't know. For all we know, she could just be an Easter egg. So let's just stay a little bit more optimistic about Federation Force. We haven't seen a whole lot of the game, and it's not coming out until 2016. But the digital event was still bad though. I mean, they talked about Yarn for like 5 minutes. Moving on over to the Live Lab system, we got some new information on Star Fox Zero. So first things first, how long is Star Fox Zero going to be? Well, Game Informer got to interview some of the people behind the game, and they revealed that to complete the course of Star Fox Zero, it will take about as long as watching a movie, so like 2 to 3 hours. And they're also not focusing on branching paths like in Star Fox 64. There will be some branching paths, but what they're doing this time around is making multiple missions for each planet. So once you beat a planet, you can go back to it and do a different mission. So if I understand this correctly, the game will be about as long as a movie if you're just running through it and doing the main mission for each planet, but there will be replay value with the extra missions. The length of the game does kind of worry me, and there is no online multiplayer at this point, but the game is being developed by Platinum Games, and they do a great job with replay value, such as in the Wonderful 101, where you can go back to previously played status and try to get a Platinum Medal, so hopefully they work their magic with this one. And speaking of Star Fox, whatever happened to Project Guard and Project Giant Robot, which were both unveiled at E3 2014, and were thought to be tied to Star Fox Wii U? Well, Shigeru Miyamoto revealed that Project Guard is still in development and is tied to the Star Fox universe, but Project Giant Robot isn't faring as well. That one is on hold. Believe it or not, Platinum Games is also the one developing Project Guard, and they're building it up into a full game. Right now, they aren't sure how they're going to release it in conjunction with Star Fox Zero though. With what we've seen of the game so far, with it being a tower defense security camera type of game, it just doesn't really feel like a full retail game, unless Platinum's like really expanding it, but I could see it being an eShop release. And as a side note, Miyamoto stated that the game is meant to be played online, so expect some online multiplayer. But poor Giant Robot is on the sidelines. I always thought it was a cool idea if they included Giant Robot in Star Fox Zero, and the Star Fox crew can go all Power Rangers and morph into this giant robot to duke it out with other giant robots, but I guess Shiggy doesn't feel the same way. And to round this video off is that if you're familiar with the release of Fire Emblem Fates in Japan, you know that the game is getting separated into 2 games, one for the Hoshido path and one for the Nor path. But what about North America? Well, Nintendo has confirmed that we are getting the same treatment. Yes, there's going to be 2 games. So we're going to be spending about $80 to $90 if we want to get the full treatment. But on a positive note, Fire Emblem Fates is going to be the longest game in the entire series. And I do believe that's not with both games combined. Each game will have 28 missions each. So we're not exactly getting ripped off here. Each version is going to be a full game. It would be nice if Nintendo cuts the price of each version down to like $30, so it would only be like $60 altogether, but maybe that's my cheapness talking. Oh, and there's also the third alternate path that we should be getting as DLC, so we got a lot of content to play. And as my main man Mr. French Food would say, my body is ready. And that will bring us to the end of the news roundup. If you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up and add your favorites and all that good stuff, and you can stay tuned for more videos in the future. But I will talk to you all in the next video, guys. Bye!